Hi everybody, it's Deirdre here from On Design Studio, and in today's animation we will be using the Procreate app and the free graphic assets from Creative Market. Let's get cracking. So the first thing we're going to do is select our canvas size in Procreate app, 1080 by 1080, the Instagram format, and you see the little socket wrench right at the top left. Select that, insert a photo, and we're going with a carrot image. Go to your layer selection right at the top right hand corner, select layer 2 because we want to draw on the top layer of the carrots, because we don't want to draw on the image itself, just in case you need to erase anything. Go to the pen tool. As you can see, it's highlighted in blue now. Select your carrot stamp. This was free in Procreate, in Creative Market. And so now we're just going to resize the carrot. It doesn't have to fit perfectly. We're just going to, it's just an image over it, so a drawing over the image. Now resize this one, and I think we're going to do about 5 resizes, 5 carrots. And as you can see, yep, you do need to play around with it quite a bit. And we haven't drawn anything. No, not a single pen line was done. You just used a stamp from Creative Market. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the crown because I'm not keen on the crown being there. So just taking that off. So what I was saying about Creative Market is that you check their freebies out every Monday. And it's one of the first things I do on a Monday morning. See what freebies are there and how I can use it. So this was a good one to receive. And then the next thing you need to do, go back into layers and duplicate the layer. By duplicate, you just swipe to the left, see duplicate comes up, and then you duplicate that, and now you go to the arrow. You see it's highlighted in blue, and you use that arrow and you can move your carrot. Swipe to the left again, duplicate, and move it across. So carrot number 3. We're going to have about 5 in total. And what happened on this carrot, when I tried to resize it, tried to make it bigger, it came up quite blurry, and I don't like a blurry image. So I deleted that, opened up the stamp again, go to the pens, the pen brush, and open up the carrot stamp again, but I increased the brush size so that it's bigger, because when it's small and you go big, it goes blurry. But if you have a nice big brush size, you can always make it smaller, and obviously there'll be no blur on that. So deleting that one, creating a new layer, putting on a bigger carrot size, and that looks much better. No blur effect there. As you know, Procreate has the Gaussian blur, and I'll do a tutorial on that in the future using the Gaussian blur, and it's brilliant. I love that little tool. But that's not the effect we want for today. So let's resize it. There we go, that looks about right. Right swipe to the left to duplicate, move it across. And this is quite, if you work in the Procreate and you're going to do animation, you need to get everything that you want to do on one single frame, because it's frame animation, it's frame by frame. So everything needs to go on a single frame, and it's quite tedious work. Animators will say this is hand-drawn, which is, we're just playing around with terms here now, but this is hand-drawn animation. And if you don't like the way a carrot looks, you can just simply swap it around. So now we're going to group the layers, swipe to the right and group it. Rename this, very important that you do the renaming. Rename to original. This is the original layer, because we're going to work off from this. Now you're going to swipe to the left, duplicate, rename this right 1, because of course now we're going to animate, or not animate, we're just going to move the carrot to the right by a few degrees. So open up right 1 layers, the group, go to the first carrot and move it, rotate it by a few degrees to the right. Now as you can see, there's a little button that comes up and you can actually type in the rotation degrees if you want, but I much prefer doing it by hand and eyeballing it, because I've tried to be clever and put in rotation for all of the animations at 4.2 or 4.3, and it looked way too uniform when the animation was complete. It looked awful. I don't think we want to go for uniform animation here, so vary the degrees for each carrot, but don't be extreme, don't go 20 degrees. So now you're going to swipe to the left again, duplicate, call it right 2, rename it to right 2, and you're going to go open up that group, go to each layer and move each carrot a few degrees more to the right. So I don't think we have too much further to go. Right, now copy the original, swipe to the left, copy the original and move it all the way to the top. And rename this. If you click on it, the rename button comes up and you're going to rename this left 1. So you know what we're going to do now. You know you're going to open up that group and move each carrot a few degrees to the left, to the left, to the left. Okay. And we're going to swipe again to the left and duplicate and tap on it, rename left 2. And then you're going to open up that group and move each layer to the left. Okay, excellent. Now this is one set. This whole set is complete. You've gone to the right and you've gone to the left. So we're going to repeat this set, and you're going to repeat it for 4 times, so that you have, for Instagram, you need 3 seconds. So if you repeat this, you will get about 4 to 5 seconds, which would be enough for an Instagram post. So you're going to go back to the original, swipe that, duplicate and take it all the way to the top. So it's going to run original, right 1, right 2, original, left 2, left 1, left 2. Okay, now that you've duplicated that 4 times, go back up to the socket wrench, select animation assist, that will be under canvas, select animation assist, and those little frames will come up at the bottom. Then we're going to select the carrot image as the background, and we're going to set this to either loop or ping pong. Now the frames is going to be 8 frames per second, so that will give us the 4 to 5 seconds of animation. And this one was a ping pong, so it goes forwards from the first to the last frame and then back from the last to the first. If you're going to loop it, it's going to be from the first to the last frame, and then it goes back from the first to the last, and there will be like a second delay, and that delay, it shows up in the animation so I'm not quite keen on that. So the last thing that I would do on this is to add text. You don't need to add a new layer because Procreate automatically adds it as a new layer under your layers panel. And keeping with the spring theme, it's a simple happy spring. The fantastic thing about Procreate as well is that you could actually bring in your own fonts in here, so you could get the free fonts from creative markets that they sometimes give out every week, and you can also bring in your own brand fonts in here, and you can stay on brand and put in Hello Spring in your own font. And the same way that we've animated the carrots, you can animate the text as well, going from left to right, or actually moving it a little bit up and down. It's entirely up to you. Just don't do both at the same time, because that will be too jarring on the eyes, and it's not what we do. So that's it. So the next thing you have to make sure is that the text and the background image is one frame. So you could simply swipe to the right and group it, or just pinch it together so that they become one frame. Otherwise the Hello Spring text would be jumping all over the place, and we don't want that. And you are basically done. So the only thing left to do now is go to the socket wrench again, and you go to share, and you're going to export this as an animated MP4, not a GIF, an MP4. And you're basically done with the animation. Yay! Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and stay tuned for more tutorials. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.